how does this shit?
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio. Killed that shit. Wherever the fuck you get your podcast, we are there. 3ninjaspodcast@gmail.com. For any of your comments, questions, or concerns. If you want your question answered in the Ask a Ninja segment, you can reach us there. That is 3ninjaspodcast@gmail.com. Also, don't forget to visit our website, 3ninjaspodcast.com. We got, all the merch up there. I might have some new shit coming soon. We will see. Consider supporting us on Patreon. That's patreon.com/3 Ninjas Podcast. Everything goes back into the show. If you're watching on YouTube right now, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell notification. Every time we drop a video. If you're watching live on Twitch right now, you do have Amazon Prime. You can connect your Amazon Prime to your Twitch account, and you get one free subscription a month. You can use that on us or any other creator on Twitch. It's at your discretion. I suggest you use it on us. If you listen to the audio form of the podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, please be sure to give us a nice rating and review, whatever you feel like we deserve. It's not recommended, but it's not obligated, but I recommend that you do. It helps us move up in the algorithm, helps us get noticed by others. We give you this show, for free. I just need you 5 seconds. Just click a star. Please not ones or twos. Probably 3 and up. If you fuck with us. Yeah, you can do 5. Yeah, that's cool. What else? Reddit, Discord is a cool place. Come join the dojo. Reddit, Instagram, Twitter, all that good shit. Just type in 3 Ninjas Podcast on your social media platform. On your, what the fuck is it? Search. Mm-hmm. Just type on Google 3 Ninjas Podcast and we pop up. Hopefully.
Small toes. Yeah.
Fuck you. I told you I don't feel good.
I'm sorry. My bad.
Yeah. So we did just get a question. If you want to read that, or do we want to do the bracket?
The bracket.
Okay, bracket.
You want to do the bracket?
Okay.
All right. So shout out to Cherry.
Send in questions.
Yeah, send in questions,
please.
Cherry posted this in Discord, and I thought this would be interesting because at the time we did not have a question. So this was a bracket for, I guess, the where is it?
Most kind, or
the most universally liked people, and there's a bracket. So it's a 1 through 16 bracket style, March Madness style, whatever. And we're gonna go through this until we have a universally liked person champion, I guess. So the first one is Bob Ross and The Rock. Who is more universally liked? Bob Ross, and Bob Ross is a 1 seed and Rock is a 16 seed, which I think is very, very low. I want to say
it's probably Bob Ross.
Bob Ross.
I want to say Bob Ross.
Yeah, it's Bob Ross.
Yeah,
I mean,
like people just love his his voice and his afro, and
yeah,
he's got many of generations of kids to just sit and watch people paint. It's just so fucking soothing and relaxing.
Plus, like, whenever you see Bob Ross, it's usually just him doing the show, and he's always just like being so positive and light and like, oh look, what's to make a happy tree? Oh, what is this now? And look, no, the bird needs friends. And it's like, you know what I mean? So it's like you just got that positive energy going about him. It's like real mellow and like calming. There's something about that I think people really latch on to.
Yeah, and Rock, even though he had his rebrand, we remember, nigga. We remember how you used to be Brahma Bull and doing all that wild shit. But even though Rock is liked, I don't think he beats Bob Ross.
Plus, lately, like if you talk about like the last 2 months or so,
he's been a piece of shit.
Yeah, people. I mean, according to people on the internet, like apparently,
according to DC,
friends or whatever, like it's like but then it's like one of the things where the niggas was like, "Yo, Tyrese was right." Shit. So like, who knows? Maybe The Rock maybe it's all a facade, but I still want to believe he's a nice person because he seemed like.
Yeah, even his documentary, he just seemed like a cool guy, dude, and like the industry just fucked him over.
Yeah. But if I had to choose out of those two, I would Bob Ross.
Bob Ross. All right, so Bob Ross wins, number 1 seed, landslide. Let's see. Next we got Keanu Reeves and Mr. Rogers.
That's a hard one.
This one's a tough one.
I feel like Keanu Reeves is a product of the internet and I guess sheep, because people just. I feel like Keanu Reeves deserves it, but people just go with that narrative a lot just because, just to go along with the crowd type thing.
I don't think so. Because he does a lot of normal shit, like taking subways and shit.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah.
He just be there. And
it's one of the things where I don't know if it's necessarily true because obviously the new research. But if you ever like read a lot of the stories about Keanu Reeves and some of the stuff that he's done, it's like he seems to be like really like he did some shit like where he would split his salary with like to make it so that the other people who working on his films get paid more, and he's doing like all that type of shit. So like, if you believe that, he might really be the world's nicest human being in the world. Yeah. Like he only lives off of like 10% of what he actually makes because he gives a lot of it away because he's very altruistic. He doesn't really need all that money to live, so he's like he gives a lot of it away and all that kind of shit. But again, it's one of the things where I think by nature of how I was introduced and what it is attached to my life, I think Mr. Rogers wins that for me just because it's so tied into watching the show and all that kind of shit. And then in my head, Mr. Rogers is Mr. Rogers from the show. I don't know Mr. Rogers in real life, so Mr. Rogers from the show gotta win to me in my head. In my head,
I base it on what I've seen people be mad at. Who I've seen people be mad at. Like I've never seen anybody be mad at Keanu Reeves, but I've seen people getting upset at Mr. Rogers lately.
Oh really? What Mr. Rogers do?
Because somebody made this meme with it's a montage of Mr. Rogers saying, "Boys are boys and girls are girls."
They mad about that?
In like the 80s?
Dog, before that, it was like the 70s.
Yeah,
or maybe it was 80s. Yeah, you're probably right. 80s. Yeah, but in the 80s, that's what it was.
Yeah, no, but...
Hefe said people didn't like Mr. Rogers because of the content he did with kids. White folks ain't like how he was teaching kids not to be racist.
That makes me like him even more.
I mean,
yeah, like
he was one of the motherfuckers that had black people on his show when it wasn't.
And treat them like people.
Yeah, you said universally liked though, so that's
fair. I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
So Keanu Reeves or Mr. Rogers? We going with Mr. Rogers?
I'm going Mr. Rogers.
I'm going with Keanu.
So I guess you'll be the tiebreaker.
I had to go Mr.
Yeah, you said universally.
Plus, he had that train.
Yeah, nigga was so nice and pleasant as a kid.
That's what I'm saying. He had house shoes, nigga.
House shoes.
I didn't watch Bill and Ted. I was always in the neighborhood.
I did.
All right, so
there were no excellent adventures for me.
Right. So next we have Alex Trebek and Jamie Foxx.
Oh, that's easy.
Well, Alex
Trebek.
Yeah, man.
Jamie Foxx done roasted a nigga out of his comedy career.
Oh shit! I don't know why I forgot about that.
Your conscience.
And I heard Jamie Foxx was an asshole back in the day, like a serious asshole.
I think comedians, how some comedians are. Yeah.
All right, so Alex Trebek.
Yeah, I think Alex Trebek won that.
Yeah.
All right, now this one could be the most controversial one. Dolly Parton and Robin Williams.
Oh, it's Robin Williams for me.
Yeah, it's Robin Williams.
Even Dolly Parton with the cannons? Cannon.
Look, cannon. No, I mean Dolly Parton. Listen,
I just saw a picture of Dolly Parton like
back
the
in the
70s. Woo, man.
Had it.
White woman had it.
The milk.
Magnesia.
The milk.
Oh man. I want to know what the fuck Jolene looked like. That bitch looked crazy.
I feel like I saw a picture. I swear I feel like I seen the picture and she was not Dolly Parton. No disrespect to Jolene, but
Dolly Parton's far from her.
But you know what I mean? You don't gotta be pretty to get fucked.
Yeah, that's a fucking fact. So
Jolene.
Yeah.
Jolene.
I mean, in all honesty, I might have to go Robin Williams.
Yeah, I'm going Robs.
Even though I have heard some stories about him from
it was the coke.
I mean, I've heard stories about him from other comedians, but from the fans, I don't really hear anything bad. And I think the fans matter more than, what the insiders know. So universally, I would say Robin Williams.
Yeah, just like, again, it's one of the things, like the image I have of the person in my head versus maybe what the reality might be. Who knows? Because I don't know these people enough and I don't know enough about them. Mm-hmm. But like the image I have is like, to me, it's Robin Williams.
Mm.
Now, this one I think is really easy.
Mm.
Shaq versus Paul Rudd.
Oh, that's
Paul
easy.
I know mad niggas that hate Shaq.
Yeah, it's Paul Rudd.
I might have to go Paul Rudd on this one.
Plus, a nigga don't age. He definitely signed to deal with the devil or something.
Yeah. Okay, Paul Rudd. Steve Martin and Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk.
Wait a minute.
Just off video games alone, niggas fuck with Tony Hawk. Niggas started skateboarding because of Tony Hawk.
Steve Martin been gone. Steve Martin in his heyday, I would say him. But
wasn't Steve Martin a little racist?
No.
Was that Chevy Chase? It was
Chevy Chase definitely racist.
Chevy Chase.
Yeah, it's probably Chevy
Chase is actually absolutely fact racist.
Yeah. mixing up my white men. All right, so Tony Hawk.
Yeah, I'm cool with that one. I can roll that one.
All right, Tony Hawk. This one's really
difficult.
fucking hard.
Oh shit.
Steve Irwin or Jack Black?
I would say Steve Irwin.
Because he's trying to save animals.
Yeah. Jack Black.
Jack Black got more tenure though. Like he just.
He just jovial.
Just a jovial,
just
cool ass, funny ass.
Yeah.
Just seemed like a genuine person.
Yeah.
Steve Irwin, is my childhood. Crikey, all that shit. With him wrestling crocodiles and alligators and rescuing fucking koalas out of trees and sloths and all types of stuff. I feel like Steve Irwin influenced a generation though.
I'm just going by how people would feel like universally. And I think Steve Irwin would get some hate from PETA.
Oh, for fucking with the animals?
Yeah.
But he wasn't wearing them.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
he was trying to save them niggas.
But them niggas get mad when you start fucking with nature.
Man.
You mean preserving it?
Nah, just
keeping it around?
Yeah.
Why you gotta jump on that gator?
Even though I saw some shit where being a vegan is way more harmful to animals than it is not to just eat meat, which is funny. Because I forgot what I was watching. Some
Circle
shit.
of life, son.
Nah, because it was like to
they gotta eat something.
Produce the vegetables and shit that you need. They have the way they get that shit is like the shit will kill small animals that's around it. So you ended up killing more animals than just what you would if you just eating meat.
Yeah,
and
people
shit.
are fucking with the natural balance and shit. Yeah. Trying to be different.
So
I might go.
I'm going Jack Black.
I might go Steve Irwin just based off what Nigerian Prince said. He said, "Bro, it's still on site with all stingrays."
That's a fact.
Like I fucking hate stingrays now. Like yo, this nigga was doing them with minding his business, and they got the video of like his last moments and shit.
Damn,
it was like this nigga was just a regular day.
I didn't even know.
And it's one of the things I feel like it was supposed to happen too, because it was just too precise and like how you just hit a nigga right in the heart.
I didn't even know things could kill people like that. Like
everything.
I didn't think
the
so.
ocean is the most dangerous place in the world.
Yes, but for whatever reason, when I
thought it would be
stingrays. I never really was like.
I didn't think.
Oh yeah, a stingray can actually kill you. Like it's like one of them things. Like
I didn't think it was actually stinger.
Yeah, like murder.
A swordfish, I'd understand.
Did y'all niggas not pay attention in class?
No, a swordfish, I'd understand.
Yeah,
most things that fucking animals have on them are for protecting themselves.
Yeah,
so
but like
if you touch it,
hurting you and murdering you ain't the same thing.
I didn't think
like,
that shit was actually sharp.
Nigga, we was in the same class. How did you not learn this?
That's
shit?
like it's like.
When that nigga gets scared, his tail stiffened up and he stabs shit.
Yeah, but I didn't know it meant like La Venga to death. Like,
yeah.
I need to get away from predators, nigga. The ocean is dangerous, nigga. You know how much shit is bigger than me in the ocean?
A swordfish, I understand because that shit is on the front. The stingray, that shit is on the back. So I'm like, how the fuck did that happen?
Y'all got fuck off me. Get you the fuck up off me.
They be trying to mount it. I don't know. Fuck.
Yeah,
something.
Get up off me.
I mean,
then just...
yeah, I might have to go Steve, man.
You gotta stop.
Steve Irwin. Danny DeVito or Brendan Fraser?
Wait, what? Say it again?
Danny DeVito or Brendan Fraser?
That's Brendan Fraser.
I think so.
I might have to give it to him.
Yeah. Especially with his resurgence.
Yeah. And if you just ever hear him, especially because obviously he had the resurgence, so that giving him more interviews and stuff, it just seems like the nicest dude. Yeah. Like he just seems like the nicest motherfucker.
Yeah.
All right.
Again, it could be fake, but
could be fake.
Seem like the nicest.
But
motherfucker.
Another guy that's part of my childhood, and seeing him come back and just the acceptance he's gotten.
Yeah.
So now we have Bob Ross versus Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers for me.
Say Bob Ross.
I gotta say Bob.
Yeah, I gotta say Bob.
I'm cool with that.
I might have to go Bob. All right, so Bob. We have Alex Trebek and Robin Williams.
That's a hard one. That's a hard one.
I'm going Robin.
Yeah, I'm gonna do Rob.
Damn. Because I know he used to do some wild shit back in the day. This nigga used to do coke.
It's the coke.
Yo.
Alex Trebek held us down for 8 summers, yo. He held us down a long time.
Yeah. But he was a genie.
That nigga was genie, yo.
John Witherspoon got a funny story about Robin Williams. He used to steal jokes.
Oh, shit, did he really?
And do coke. His coke. He used to do his coke. He was like, Robert Williams used to come to the back, sniff all the coke. Nothing left.
I know him and Richard was having a time.
I would say Alex Trebek. I'm gonna say Alex Trebek.
Hesh, you going?
Just how he went out.
Robin Williams.
Yeah, Robin Williams.
Yeah.
I mean, Alex Trebek had a nice life. He was like 80 something when he passed.
Was he? He didn't look it at all.
Nah, not at all. But that's a good life.
Yeah.
And to keep the same job for that long, talk about longevity.
Fact.
We have Paul Rudd and Tony Hawk.
Paul Rudd.
Yeah,
I'm about to
it's
go
the
Paul.
Rudd.
Yeah, it's the Rudd.
I'm gonna go Paul Rudd on that one. Steve Irwin or Brendan Fraser?
Brendan for me.
Yeah.
Crikey.
I gotta say Brendan.
You said Brendan?
See.
I gotta say Brendan.
All right, so Brendan. I was gonna go Steve.
Mhm.
Fuck it. Did I miss one?
I think so.
I feel like I did. My list looks.
I'm surprised Betty White wasn't up there.
Yeah.
Betty White and Paul Rudd would have been a hard choice. Shaq was the easy one.
Yeah.
Shaq was easy.
I think Shaq was the easiest one.
Yeah, and the fucking in the way they numbered it, it was like Shaq was a 3 seed. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
What?
Nah. Let's see. So now we have in the Eastern Championships, we got Bob Ross and Robin Williams.
Damn it.
Bob.
I gotta go Bob only because I haven't heard anything about him.
It's 2 for Bob. All
Mhm.
right.
Oh, wait a minute.
LSD pit.
Yeah, see?
Wait a minute. I gotta pick Robin for this one.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I gotta pick Robin for this one. Made me happy.
Yeah,
A lot of times. This is Doubtfire taught me a lesson, man.
yeah.
Yo, you can
Tell you.
Hey, you can co-parent, be fine.
I mean,
I understand it when I was younger.
And his daughter got the illest name.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Zelda.
in retrospect, though, that movie was horrible. Not it wasn't a bad movie, but what he was doing was bad.
What you mean?
Pretending to be someone else to stalk his ex-wife
No,
to see his kids.
Like, he
'cause
wanted to see his kids though,
Yeah,
because he was on child support,
Yeah,
and he took full custody. He was like,
yeah,
"You can do that."
yeah. He was, but that's not what you're supposed to do legally. Like,
Well,
I mean,
you know, you
in
gotta
the
see your
eyes of
kids,
the law.
man.
I mean,
You gotta see.
yeah, he could stand outside the window or something. Nigga.
See that the plot points in the movies back then, it was creative and funny.
All right. So now we have what? Paul Rudd versus Brendan Fraser.
Damn
it. Okay, now this is a hard one.
This is a difficult one.
I want to say
I think I'm gonna say Paul Rudd because I feel like
universally liked.
I think I'm gonna go Paul Rudd.
you can't do a tie, huh?
No,
Nah.
Because I never heard anything bad about
either of them. But I also think Brandon got like a little bit of the it thing right now too. So it's like I don't know.
But
So-
I never really heard anybody say anything bad about Brendan Fraser.
Me neither. So, but that's why. But I'm gonna go with Paul Rudd because I feel like he been around so long, and I've heard anything really bad about him. So I'm like, all right. So that's got to be some longevity, real life niceness in that.
So you going
Paul Rudd. I'm gonna go Paul Rudd.
Who you going?
I'm going with Brendan.
Fuck. Shit.
Yep. Just go with your soul. Go with your gut. Just say it.
Go Paul.
Oh, Paul Rudd.
I feel like Brendan's the it thing. Right?
Yeah, like it's like I mean, and again, it's not like it's not deserved, but it's like
Well, you said universally. Like I never heard anything bad about either of these.
Yeah,
yeah,
either
that's
of
what I'm
them.
saying.
And they all just seem like good. Even on Hot Ones, just Paul Rudd just seemed like just a
Look at us.
Yeah, look
Who'd
at
have thought?
gave us a
Who'd
quotable.
have thought?
And
Look at us.
Yeah.
but Brendan held us down for a couple summers.
Yeah,
I hate-
yeah. This is a tough one. This
hate
is
that
a
one.
tough list.
All right, championship round
Oh shit.
for all the marbles. Bob Ross, Paul Rudd.
I think Bob Ross wins this
Yeah,
one.
I think
Bob,
Bob Ross
I
won
think
that.
Bob Ross just wins out.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's just the voice. It's the
Yeah,
afro.
it's
It's
the-
just
It's just the chilling, the calming effect he got. Like I just think,
married. Just a good guy. Looked out for people. Married for X amount of years. He He did his thing, man. He held us down for. He the only motherfucker I know that got a channel on Twitch that he don't run.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a Bob Ross. It's just every weekend it just come on just so Bob Ross for fucking
just painting
48 hours and then just go off and it gets thousands of fucking views and just people just give to whatever the fuck.
You should have Betty White in there, man.
I think Betty White would have half this list.
Should have been on a few of them. Yeah. Absolutely.
Betty White beats The Rock, Keanu, Mr. Rogers, Trebek, Fox.
Mr. Rogers one I don't know. If she got to Mr. Rogers, that would be.
Betty?
That'd be at least a thought experiment.
Because she did funny commercials too.
True.
I ain't gonna hold you. I don't think Betty White beats Steve Irwin.
Really?
That's what I'm saying. Like, so. Granted, she's gonna beat a few people on that list, but I don't know.
Granted, I feel like if all these people were alive, we would have a different conversation.
Yeah, because they might have time to
might have
ruin
time to ruin it or sway the public. All right, so Bob Ross is the most universally liked person according to the Dojo.